Baird Liberal Government wants to privatise what's left of New South Wales power assets. The distribution network, or poles and wires. Power privatisation is bad for energy workers and for the community. CFMEU is urging a vote against privatisation in the New South Wales election on March 28. Here's why.
You have a very profitable power industry that is returning funds to the people of New South Wales, and their intention is to sell it to invest in infrastructure that will give no return at all.
Privatisation has been a negative experience for employees in the power generators in New South Wales. Also, it's been a negative experience for the local communities. For instance, the Lithgow community with the closure of the Wallerawang power station 6 months after it was privatised. Many jobs lost, not a lot of industry out there, coal mine shut as well because of that. The other privatised generators now are starting to go through major restructuring, which we think will have an impact on headcount and employee numbers. We're dreading that. We're dreading the privatisation of the poles and wires. If it's anything like the Victorian experience, we'll have power outages, more frequent brownouts and stuff like that, because when a privatised company comes in to do it, they'll just cut costs and run for a profit.
I think the main promise was that we would have cheaper electricity. Well, 20 years on from that, we certainly haven't got cheaper electricity. Our electricity is far more expensive, and that's entirely due to privatisation. But the experience for the Victorian people also, particularly Latrobe Valley, was massive job loss. Our community almost collapsed entirely. We're still suffering from the experience of privatisation to this day. And so generally I'd say to anybody in Australia that's looking at privatisation, it's not a way for any state or community to go.
The recent Queensland election, Campbell Newman, the LNP government took to the election the sale of assets. The Queensland people obviously weren't accepting what the LNP was saying, and that was one of the reasons why the LNP were removed as government in Queensland, and obviously Campbell Newman lost his seat. So from a Queensland perspective, we could see what they were trying to do, and there was campaigns run against it, and the campaigns were successful, and our advice to any state is don't sell your assets.
We're encouraging all of our members to talk to their neighbours, to be engaged in door knocking, getting out to the local shopping centres with their t-shirts on, stop the sell-off, don't sell our jobs out, don't privatise our electricity, because it's the biggest issue for our members coming into the state election.
Authorised by Graham Kelly, CFMEU, Cessnock.